Welcome to the Awake Space. I'm Lori Rivers. I'm your astrologer, your metaphysician, and your coach on all things energetic, all things astrology. All right, it's August 19th, and it is a wild and wacky day as predicted. Trust me, I'm never surprised by my predictions being accurate. I've been an astrologer for a hell of a long time, guys. So, I don't give an astrology alert unless I think I'm going to be correct, at least partially. The only thing I know I can be really, really wrong on is like seismic activity, because it's the least able to be predictably accurate. Even geologists have a hard time with it. But yeah, so we've got a bomb outside of the Library of Congress. That's great. Because, you know, if you're a patriot, blowing up knowledge is exactly what we're going to do, right? Oh my God, people. Why did we dumb down this country? I mean, it's always been a problem that we have celebrated ignorance in this country. As a young kid, being really smart. In fact, I was tested for my IQ at 12 and it came out at 160. So, yeah, my life was not fun beyond the other trauma. Because, you know, can't trust a genius. People, I have lived all over the world, and I have known the elite that nobody really gets to know in general, because they don't get in the news. They keep themselves out of the news. They're not geniuses. In fact, they're really kind of not that smart at all, which is more scary to me. They just inherited a lot of wealth, and they think they know what they're doing. There is no great organization of genius minds running things. They're selfish people with selfish ends with limited view. They're very short-sighted. That scares me more than any amount of evil geniuses running things. I wish we had evil geniuses running things. There'd be more predictability. So we need to remember that. You can be spiritual and you can be into metaphysics and understand that there is a thing called energy and it expresses on multiple layers and frequencies, and not be dumb about science, guys. Come on. You know, for real. Let's get with that. So anybody who thinks you're going to lose your metaphysical or psychic abilities or whatever by getting a vaccine needs to think again. Because it's not true. I've been an energy worker all of my life. Meaning I run a lot of energy through me. I connect to the cosmos. If you've ever been in a reading for me and we've cleared some energy, I hold a space, I make a safe container, and I help you move your blocks, help you raise your frequency. It's like you're a tuner, you know? You're like a radio station. You can tune to different frequencies. You don't have to be stuck in the mire, no matter what happened. But you got to claim your power back. And this energy is perfect for that. A lot of people are going to be going off the bend because they're reactive. And being reactive, you're going to tune into the lowest possible energy. If you can be responsive, you can turn into some really beautiful, magical shit. That is the official word. Really beautiful, magical shit. And I would love to see more people do that. I specifically swear, I do that on purpose. Years and years ago, during my Saturn return, I opened to a lot of energy. It was a really deeply magical year. But I also thought it was dumb to have to pretend to be perfect, that there was nothing spiritual about that. I'm here on Earth in a physical body, and I want to experience all of that. That's what I came for. And that includes swearing, because they're just words. We give words so much power. This is a Venus and Gemini talking. 8th house placement. I know words have power, but they only have the power we give them. So stop letting other people's words have more power than you choose to assign them. This is the energy for that. We're coming into the full moon in Aquarius. And that is some big energy, guys. This is an actual blue moon. This is a seasonal blue moon. We often call 2 full moons in a month a blue moon, but it's not. It's technically not. It's 4 blue moons in a season. And that doesn't happen very often. The last time was 1934. That was a heck of a year. And the next one is 2048. It's a heck of a year, 2021. This week is a pivotal year in our history, in our collective history. And we have done amazing things to avoid and shift out of some of the worst potential outcomes. I know it looks bad now, but it could have been ever so much worse. You and I have an immense amount of potential to shift the trajectory. Now, we're not going to get to unity consciousness. Don't think that's going to happen. We're not here for that. We're here for the diversity. We're not here to all be the same. We're here for the differences. We just don't have to be morons about it. We're here for everything we experience. And we didn't choose trauma. It's a byproduct of unthinking people. We can still grow and have challenges. In fact, I still have problems. I have a great life, but I still have problems. I just would have paid money for those problems years ago. When I think of the problems I have today. So, we can grow from our challenges, because that's what those are. Challenges are windows of opportunity for growth. But you weren't trained to know that. So here we are. I'm going to try to teach it. And you can get this fast. It doesn't have to take you decades. You could get this fast. And if you get this faster than I did, oh my God, I'm overjoyed. Because that's what I came here. That's my job. That's my cosmic job. Is to help you know how valuable you are, how loved you are, and how important you are as a puzzle piece in this big, big puzzle called physical life on planet Earth. And we are not here to leave the planet. We're here to be on the planet and to revel in the messiness. Because it is a beautiful mess. It is a beautiful mess. And we can see even more beauty when we kick it up a notch. And that is what the full moon in Aquarius is all about. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of shitty things in the news. Don't put your focus on that. Because if you bring your focus inside, you can liberate yourself from some pretty big social and cultural programming. But in order to do that, you got to do some work. But it's kind of fun work when you start doing it. And I don't want to hear, I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, you can. You set your mind to it and you frickin' do it. If I can, anybody can. And it's not just because I have a genius IQ, guys. Seriously, I have been through enough in my life that could break somebody 10 times over. Okay, 10 times over. So many different kinds of trauma from the age of 2 to 15. And then again in my 20s. And then a different kind in my 30s. Until I popped out the other side. I realized I had a lot more power than I could ever imagine. And I could use it. So, yeah, you can. Let's get on with it. Let's talk about that full moon. We'll do that in the next segment. All right, let's look at the astrology of that full moon. It's at 29 degrees Aquarius. 29 degrees Aquarius. And it's not really that the moon itself is at 29 degrees Aquarius that is at issue. It's everything else that goes along with that moon. Remember, the moon is a lens that filters all of the other energy that comes to the planet. And so this full moon happens with Mars trine Uranus. Mercury is in a separating trine to Uranus, and Mars and Mercury are conjunct. They're 4 degrees separation. So the big stuff is politically probably happens the 19th and the 20th, but the resolution happens on the full moon. And it'll happen in the morning. Let's take a look. It looks like it's about... it'll be about 8 a.m. Pacific. Or actually, sorry, not 8 a.m. Sorry, about 6 a.m. It's kind of a crazy run, and currently as I record this, the moon is in Capricorn, approaching Pluto. It's going to be very explosive today on the 19th. Make sure you patrons pay attention to your email later today. So when I look at this full moon, it's kind of a wild and wacky thing, because the moon is going to be conjunct Jupiter on the way to full. And then, and that's probably going to, because it's happening so early in the morning, in the early hours, it's probably happening on the Eastern Hemisphere. Again, probably something going on with Afghanistan, but other parts of the world too. Remember, there's more than just Afghanistan happening. Not diminishing Afghanistan, but the news always wants you to focus on a singular item or 2 or 3 things, and they don't want you to look at everything else going on. We've got Venus trine Saturn retrograde, and it's also trine the North Node. And that means we're at a window of time where we can create our future. And we see a lot of people power happening here. People are getting really fed up on all sides. So we're going to have radicals acting up, but we're also going to have what I would call people of good intent will be standing up as well. So if we look at things like that school board in Texas who said, you know what, screw your masks, your anti-mask mandate, we're going to make this a dress code item. That was smart. That's really part of the energy going on here. I want to see more of that. But we do have Mars trine Uranus. And it's squaring, of course, Uranus is squaring off with Saturn still. It's wide, but it's still a square. And the sun is opposite Jupiter. Still, things are volatile, and we don't have any breaks. So people, we are seeing historic moments. Now that's on mass consciousness. We're going to see in the political realm lots of bullshit. Okay. But on an individual level, you can free yourself from your own bullshit. And that is what I want to talk about here. Let's talk about you. You know, you can't do a whole lot about the rest of the world, but you can do a hell of a lot about yourself. One of the reasons I think it's a problem when people who claim to be Hellenistic astrologers diss modern astrology is they are talking out of their butts. And here's why. Project Hindsight is an amazing project. It is an amazing thing. We've translated a lot of documents. We've got a lot of interesting information. But you cannot translate from a culture that no longer exists and attempt to say we know exactly how it operated, because we do not live then. We are interpreting from our modern lens. Even words change meaning. The word fuck did not mean the same thing in the 1500s that it means today. It meant to have sex. But it was not considered the worst word on the planet. Okay? The word nice might be a prostitute back in the 1600s. Okay? It doesn't mean that now. Words change, and if we don't know exactly the context in which those words were used, we cannot accurately utilize words from another culture. So, trying to claim that is how astrology was really done is kind of bullshit. We can look at the math. The math doesn't really change, but interpretive words do. And frankly, why the hell would we want to use patriarchal interpretation when we're trying to move forward? Unless you don't want to move forward, unless it benefits you not to move forward. We've got some revolutionary energy up here right now. Evolutionary energy. You can choose to evolve in this moment. Evolve above your social and cultural conditioning. And that's like letting go of things that do not serve you anymore. You've been doing it all year. You've been doing it all last year. That quiet time we all had, that collective timeout. Yeah, that collective timeout was for a reason. Stop hanging on to other people having more power than you. You have so much more. One of the things that dismays me is when people say, well, they won't let me. This person won't let me. What do you mean they won't let you? If you are over 18 years old, what do you mean they won't let you? If you're under 18, there may be some interference because you don't have the same agency. But if you are over 18 years old, what do you mean they won't let you? If they're financially controlling you, you still have something you can do about that. I have restarted my life 3 times. From nothing. From less than nothing. I don't recommend it. It's not fun. It's not easy. If it hadn't been for the ability to meet people and make friends, I wouldn't be here. But we all have our skills and talents. You need to pay attention more to your skills and your talents than your limitations. If people are dragging you down, if people are getting in your way, well, by God, there's something wrong with that. What are you going to do about it? And yeah, if you have kids, it makes it harder. I know. I've been there. I've been there, and especially in America, we do not support parents with small children. We just don't. We don't make it easy, and we vilify them. God forbid you be a single parent. There's always been single parents. It's not a moral thing. It has nothing to do with morality. There has always been single parents since the day humans decided to have kids. There's been single parents. For lots of reasons. It's nothing to do with morality. The evangelical church and the Catholic church and all the churches, they all have a lot to answer for because they preach a stupid kind of morality. It took me a long time to unpack that. I believe in love. Oh my God, I believe in love. I believe in love. That is my religion. But it's not romantic love. It's not giving yourself away. It's not sacrificing your happiness for other people. It is loving people enough to trust their souls and their own pathways. And to trust mine with mine. You have an opportunity in this full moon to gain agency over your life in amazing ways. To accept it. To accept accountability for your life. That doesn't just mean blame yourself for everything. Take account. That's what it means, to take account. You have the ability to take account. Take account of your strengths. We all go through shit, okay? Stop accounting for the shit and account for the stuff that is strong in you, that is brave in you, that is smart in you. Everybody has an intelligence. Doesn't have to be an IQ point. Some people are emotionally intelligent. Some people are have nature intelligence. Some people have artistic intelligence. Some people have sports intelligence, athletic intelligence. There are many kinds of intelligence. Focus on yours. Focus on what you're good at. And you liberate yourself in this energy. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a preacher. And I got told, you can't, you're a woman, or you'll be a woman, you're a girl. But I have a 9th house sun in Mercury. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm preaching. I am preaching. I'm on my soapbox and I'm preaching my sermon of love. And that sermon of love is love yourself. That is your superpower. And it isn't about what other people think of you. Let them think what they will. It's not your business. It is not your business who thinks you're capable or incapable. It's not your business. Because the more you put your attention on what they think, you're not putting your attention on what you think. And you are giving them the ability to have control over you. You have so much more power than you know. So much more. And that power is rooted in love. And we're not taught what love is. But let me tell you, Aquarius, that's where this kind of love is at. It is the love of being human in its beautiful mess. In its beautiful mess. People often say it's failure that teaches you more than any kind of success will, and it's true. It's true. I have learned more through failure than I ever did by getting it right the first time. And it's the successes I've had after the hard knocks and the learning curves that have meant the most. I'll give you some personal examples. I had 2 husbands. 2 who used to blame me for our budget being off. That I spent too much money. It was a convenient excuse, which was really funny because I'm kind of frugal. On my own, over the last 5 years, I have gone from nothing, no assets except a car and some computers, no credit because I refused to build it because I hated banks. I told you I disenfranchised myself, to having a great credit rating, money in the bank, and a successful business. You know why? Because nobody is in my way and I'm not listening to anybody tell me what to do. And it was actually them misspending money, by the way. And I knew that. I cognitively knew that. But man, when I hit my targets in June, because I had quit my job in May, and I needed to make this work. I can be of service and still take care of myself. That was another hard lesson. Trust me, being spiritual doesn't mean you cannot be comfortable. No, I don't want to be Jeff Bezos because he's an asshole. But I do need to be comfortable, and I don't want to be a burden on my children. I'm 52, and I started over with nothing at 46. I have to make something happen so that 30 years from now, my children aren't taking out mortgages to take care of me. Okay. I don't want that to happen. I want to be comfortable, and I don't want to be a burden. I want to have enough, and I have a good sense of what enough is, and I want to bring people up with me. I want to be able to employ people. I want to pay people more than a minimum wage. I want to give people something that helps them find their enough and grow. And that is the energy of Aquarius. It's collaborative. It's communicative. And for all of you people with Aquarius placements, what you need to do is listen. You're so used to being outside of the norm that you don't listen anymore. But you are the sign that rules humanity. So you're going to crack open and you're going to learn how to listen and you're going to see your collaborators. And yeah, you'll lead, but you're going to lead with a team. We need people to gather together like never before. Like never before. So, that's what this full moon is about. It's breaking the chains of thousands of years of patriarchy and patriarchal thinking. That's top-down thinking. That's trickle-down economics. It's the male-female divide. Don't get me started on the divine feminine, divine masculine bullshit out there. The divine has no gender. Stop assigning social constructs to the divine. That's ridiculous. That's what got us into this mess. All of our ideas around religion. There's a bird flies over me. Do you hear the birds? All of our ideas are human interpretation of what we're trying to understand of things bigger than us. But what's divine is our connection to everything. We're all stardust. Everything is stardust. Start from there. But stop giving your power away to any person or anything. If there are deities, they are there to be of assistance. They are not there to dictate terms. You can liberate yourself with this full moon. So from now till the full moon, you're going to do a couple of things, and I'm going to talk about that in the next segment. If you want to liberate yourself, you've got to forge the keys. And I'm going to show you how. All right. You want to know what to do with this blue moon energy? From now until then, I want you to make a list of 20 things every day about what you like about yourself without qualification. So it could be, I like my eyes. Not because somebody said so, just I like my eyes. I like that I have good vision. I like that I'm perceptive. I like that I have a good bullshit meter. I like that I am good at working with computers. I like that if I don't know how to do something, I'm good at learning how to do something. I'm good at knowing where to put my time. I can be organized. I have my own system of organization. These are all things you could say. Now, they have to be true about you, okay? So I'm not going to put down I'm a good housekeeper because I suck at it. And I don't want to be good at it anyway. Doesn't define my femininity. But I am a hell of a good cook. No, I'm a good cook. I make excellent food. I could put that down with absolute clarity. Did you hear the confidence in my tone? I'm an excellent astrologer. I love to help people. I love that I love to help people. I love that I'm generous. I love that I'm adventurous. Notice the confidence. These are things I know to be true about myself. Now, if I were to say I'm good at math, well, it isn't really true, and it kind of makes my stomach hurt. I'm not good at math. I kind of am. I'm good at conceptual math. I can do it in my head. But I'm not good at math in a math class. Ugh, it makes me want to throw up. So we don't fake it till we make it. These things have to be true. And I don't want to hear how hard it is. I know it's hard. Just practice. Do it anyway. Every day, 20 things. Do it. Because that's where you're going to put your focus. Put it on you and what you like about yourself. It could be, I like my toes. And if you don't like your toes, don't say it. I like my lips. Put down body parts. Like your physical body. And you'll say, but I've had trouble with that. Yeah, so did I. I couldn't even look in the mirror for 10 years. So don't tell me it can't be done. And I'm not exaggerating. I couldn't even look in the mirror because I am almost the spitting image of the person who abused me. And every time I looked in the mirror, I saw him. And then I realized that was a bit of a problem, not being able to look at myself. So I had to make good with myself and look in the mirror. So you can love your body, regardless of what has happened to it. Your body didn't betray you. Society did. Religion did. People did. Your body did not. Even if you're sick, it's not your fault. Shit happens. Love yourself anyway. Just love yourself unconditionally. Find things. They can seem lame. It's okay. I know people don't like that word anymore. It's ableist. But what's really funny, though, on that whole ableist conversation, I'm visually impaired, and yet people will expect me to do things. The same people who would chastise me for ableist speak, will expect stuff out of me because I'm not 100% blind. I find that funny. We got to watch that stuff, guys. You got to watch, like, educating people. Follow your own beliefs. So it can feel stupid. It can feel not important. Okay. Anyway, listen to that, Hawk. Hello, Hawk. That's not right. Yeah, there we go. I love that I am in tune with nature. There we go. You want to focus on this. Focus on what you're good at. Now, what skills are you good at? That's another good thing because you're going to need those coming up. I'm good at gardening. I didn't used to be. I used to have a brown thumb. I love that I turned that around. Look at that. There's some confidence. That's how you liberate yourself. 20 things a day from now to the full moon. 20 things a day. That is what is going to bring you forth and forward. It seems ridiculously simple, but it is one of the most powerful exercises. Now, I told people to do this for the new moon in Leo, but the reason for that is because we have this full moon happening here in Aquarius. Why? Why would we do that for both? Because this is the fruition. You still can do it. You still have time. It's never too late. Do the exercise because I've had people report amazing results. Amazing results since the new moon in Leo. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. You don't have to focus on what to let go of. The more you bring in what you want, the more of what you don't want goes away. You don't have to make it go away. You just have to bring in what you want. I've spent a lifetime learning this. Do it. Okay? That's how you use the energy of this full moon. We're going to be talking about this on Sunday with Living by Luna and Cosmic Surfers. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to do some patron shout-outs because without my patrons, this podcast doesn't happen. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You guys, we're just growing and growing and growing. I can't believe how many people have joined Patreon this month, and we're not even at the end of the month. This is so exciting to me. So shout outs to our new patrons. We've got Barbara, Anna Lannis, and Leilani, Shane, Bryce, Cindy, Claire, Michelle, Adrian, Tara, Kate, Jenny, Stephanie, Eileen, Tatiana, Kellip, Carol, Anna Carey, Nicole Lewis, Molly, Big Champ, Cutie and an Outie, Shelby, Irene, Lexi, McKenna, Heather, Amanda, Janelle, Deanna, Joanne, April, Sarah, Francesca, CJ, Rihanna, Erin, Christina, Taylor, Becca, Melissa, Amanda, Shannon, Rachel, Camille, Angel, Shade, Hannah, Shannon, Zahara, Samantha, Brenda, Cassie, Rita, Patia, Zach, Callahan, Julie, Uminomajo, Maureen, Victoria, Heather, Maisha, Samantha, Brenda, and Cassie. Thank you, guys. Without you, this podcast doesn't happen. This is where I get to be unfiltered. And so I appreciate you. We've got some fun things happening, and I'm going to talk about those in the next segment because I'm super-duper excited. Don't forget to join in the Discord, guys. It's hopping in there. All right. So, full moon. You're going to allow that liberation. Now, that may mean things shake up in your life. Positive things often happen due to a shakeup. And so you can expect some shakeups. It does not mean all is lost, okay? Usually right before a breakthrough, there's a breakdown. Something happens. It's all right, okay? I just want you to know it's going to be intense. So pull your focus inwards and focus on the things you love about you, and you will ride this. Oh my God, that surfboard is going to be so steady in this cosmic tsunami. And if you find yourself falling off your board, head into our Discord, because I've got you. We'll get you right back up on it. Okay? I've fallen off my board many times. Hell, I fell off it yesterday. And then I got back on it, and amazing things happened. Oh, no, oh, look, a butterfly flies by as I say it. Isn't that beautiful? I love how nature punctuates things. So, exciting news. I'm going to have an app. Still working on things. I'm going to have more stuff up on the Awake Space, my website, Woke Astrology. I'm trying to get all the brand together because, when I started back in 2020, it was really just to educate people who had really bad astrology information on Reddit. And I can point out a few astrologers who have got good marketing skills. Bravo to them. And they message in a really shitty way that confuses people. And so I started blogging to explain what's really going down with the energy and came out of my tower where I've been living for many decades in solitude. And so we will be having a lot going on my website. We're going to switch things up a little bit on Patreon, but it will benefit you. And we're going to have more going on the website, but patrons will know about it first. So thank you for that. And the website will have an actual native app that you'll be able to go to an app store to get. Is that not cool? I'm so excited about that. So that's what I've been working on. Speaking of, I need to get back to work on that before I start readings. And just a reminder, I've got a new reading available. It's called the Personal Transit Reading. It is an hour-long reading. It's not one of the longer readings. I wanted something to be affordable where I could work with people and give you a heads up on the energy that is upcoming. We're in for a bumpy ride from now until the end of the year and into 2022. No, it isn't easier in 2022, especially the first part of the year. Take deep breaths. Don't despair. We were born for these times. But I can help you navigate the celestial tide in that reading. And if you are a patron or on my mailing list, then there's a special discount for 50% off. Go check your emails to take advantage of that. It's still beautifully priced. Most astrologers of my caliber charge triple for what I do. I just want to make sure I'm accessible because you guys need the heads up. I want to help as many people as I can. That's why I do all the things I do, because we're in for some serious change, but it's not necessarily bad. It gets us to where we need to be. But getting there means we got to get on our surfboards. So let me help you get on your surfboard, check your emails, and take advantage of that. I'm booking up very, very fast. I've added in some more time to make it easier for you to get to me. So I will see you later. Thank you for letting me be in my purpose. I appreciate you. Deep breaths. We will make it through this blue moon.